I didn't get much socialization in the early chapters of my life, but now I have a wonderfully rich life in this regard. Amongst my many interests, I'm a dancer and occasional dance teacher. About a week and a half ago, I attended the Warsaw Zouk Festival, where I met with dancers from around Europe and all around the world, some of whom I saw often and some I hadn't seen in years. And in this dance, we can dance extremely intimately with a huge degree of trust with people that we may not even know. And I've had dances that have changed my life and the life of the girl I was dancing with, just because you see so much of someone's personality in dance and then you can reflect on your own. We experience so much connection and with so many people, and yet the closeness or distance of the friendships and acquaintances I meet in this sphere vary as much as they do in the rest of life. There are people I say hi to, but never really communicate with outside of that setting. And there are some that I keep in touch with and occasionally meet to hang out with. And there are some who I speak to about the deepest topics of life. And even those, there are some that I speak to most days, and some that come and go, but with the same beautiful depth and openness that we left off before. I wanted to use this video to bring some consciousness to the friendships that we have in our lives. Motivational speaker Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." We are tribal animals. We pick up from the behaviors and actions of those around us. How others around us see themselves shape how we see ourselves. Our futures are written by the habits of thought and action which we take on from the people that we interact with. So for this very reason, we need to choose carefully with whom we spend our time. Another important question is, do these people even want you in their social circle? And if so, to what extent? And that's a difficult question for some, but not everyone will be thrilled to spend time with us. Some people will just not like us, and you might even trigger something in them that they take out on you. That's actually their own issue. Mark Manson, when writing about dating, said, "If it's not a hell yes, then it's a no." But I think that principle goes for all kinds of relationships. You never want to be with someone or with a group of people where you feel like you have to work really hard just to convince them to even like you. But many of us were conditioned to think that's what we had to do, to try really hard to make people like us. But it's just not true. Trying to be liked by everyone leads to you being loved by none. But being true to yourself, what you want, what you think, how you feel, will lead some people to be offended and to think you're awful, and for others to love you. I also discovered this when I finally took off the mask of people-pleasing, and that mask it was so close to me that I couldn't differentiate between that and who I really was. But you are responsible only for your own actions and emotions. How other people interpret those things is up to them, and frankly, none of your business. The next question to ask: do these people want what's best for you? We all know the phrase, "misery loves company," and it's true. Some people only want you at your low points because it makes them feel less bad about their own lives. It's comforting for someone who feels bad about their life to have someone else to relate to who feels bad about their lives. And the other side of this, though, is what we call tall poppy syndrome. This uses the image of a tall poppy which sticks out above the grass and gets cut down as an obvious target. Very often the people who got a lot of comfort from you doing badly so that they could feel better about their own lives will not want to see you rise above your own level and above theirs. And if you do get out of the hole that you're stuck in, they might hate you for it. But when you do have friends who demonstrate consistently that they want what's best for you, it's amazingly precious. My friend and fellow Soul Zouk teacher Simona came to stay with me for this festival that I was talking about, and she gave me feedback on my dance and came up with some ideas on how I could better market my Thai massage work, which is something I've been doing for around a year now. as well as many other conversations which simply help me to think more deeply and broadly. Such friends bring out the best in me, and we had a lot of fun. Another aspect to think about is who we connect to on social media. A few weeks ago, I had around 2,300 Facebook friends, which were mainly people I met through the dance scene. But when I posted something which could have been a nuanced discussion, it just triggered some people because it touched their own personal favorite crusade. And people who hadn't said anything to me in years, they never congratulated me on my successes, they never commiserated or supported me in my challenges. Some of those people suddenly came out to attack me, and they had a lot to say. And when I unfriended them, I got some angry messages, which only got angrier the more that I ignored them. But it was just a huge waste of energy for me to deal with. I don't need to deal with people who frankly don't care about me, but who will attack me and get very triggered if I ever say something that they don't like. So I made the decision to greatly curtail that list to only those that I regularly interact with in the real world. I'm still reachable through Instagram, YouTube, etc., but a bit more effort. But friendships do take effort, and the Facebook model of effectively stalking someone from afar with minimal effort, well, it might make us feel like we're involved, but we are not really. Online is not real life. So the most important takeaways here are the importance of authenticity, to never be afraid to be yourself, and trusting that this will push away the wrong people, but also draw the right people to you. Be with people who are committed to improving their own lives. Choose for yourself the kind of company that you want in your life. You don't want an echo chamber of people who will just agree with you on everything, but you do want people who can challenge you to be better in productive and helpful ways. If you are honest about what you want, then you can also find people who want the same things out of life that you do, and you can all enjoy cooperation and support in those areas of life where your interests overlap. And that is the foundation of a healthy friendship. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe, and thank you very much for listening.
Okay, so breakfast time, and look at the size of the plates compared. Simona knows me well. And what was that word you used to describe the way I eat? Which means?
Basically fresh clothing.
Okay, so I'm a greedy son of a bitch.